In exchange for his memories, a man named Kelvin was given the chance to get reincarnated into another world with some overpowered skills. He died because of a mistake made by the gods, and because of that, his encounter with the goddess of reincarnation occurred. For the wish of a new and prosperous life in another world, Kelvin accepted this offer, and when he woke up, he found himself in the middle of a jungle filled with otherworldly creatures. He got a status screen open, from which he started the instruction menu. He heard a female voice, which instructed him to check his stats. From there, Kelvin realized that he had started his journey from the very beginning, with his class being a summoner. Now that things were all cleared, Kelvin headed to the nearby town in order to become an adventurer and start his journey. On his way, Kelvin was told about his previous life, which was taken away by mistake by a god, who then went to Melphina, the goddess of reincarnation. She was then asked by Kelvin to accompany him on his journey, as he had fallen for her. In the end, they had reached the city, where he was continuously talking with Melphina. The town folks thought of him as crazy, and Kelvin understood that. He ran away and reached the guild. Kelvin went there and filled up the registration form. But before he could fill up his class details, Melphina told him that summoners are pretty rare to be found in this world. Almost one per nation. On top of that, he's an S rank, which will definitely draw the attention of the rulers towards him. Understanding that fact, Kelvin decided to fill up his class as a green mage. After a while, he was given his F rank guild membership card and was told about the basic guild rules by the guild lady Aegis. He then asked for some low rank quests and selected the one to defeat Blue Slime. Before going out on his quest, he bought a wooden rod as a weapon. They went to the fields and saw some slime. Melphina told him that in order to summon a creature, he needs to lower their health and then offer them the contract for being a summon of his. He used his S-ranked appraisal eye and checked the slime's stats. Kelvin decided to attack them physically, as using magic would kill the slime. He attacked them, but they all evaded the attacks and counterattacked on him. After a while, Kelvin understood that the slimes were escaping because of their high agility. He used his high-speed attack and lowered the slime's HP. He then used the summons contract and successfully absorbed the slime. He named it Clotho and realized that it was happy that the master could talk to his summons. Kelvin called Clotho out and told him to desynthesize the cores of other slimes by absorbing them. He used magic against them, while Clotho defeated them themselves. He was getting a lot stronger because of his master's S rank, which is giving him a 100 level buff. He got overwhelmed knowing about it. Now that their first quest was completed, they went back to the guild and received their reward. On his way to the inn, Kelvin saw a slave trader in an alley. He thought of buying one of them and keeping it as a party member. There, a half-elf got his attention, but he didn't say anything and went to the inn. He found the Spirit Song Inn, where he met the owner, Claire. He took a room and asked her about a meal. She prepared a tasty dinner for him. Kelvin enjoyed the food while thinking about the unknown adventures that are waiting for him in this new world. 1 week had passed, and using his double growth rate skill along with the double experience skill, Kelvin was able to unlock another skill set, for which he chose a skill called concealment to hide his true nature so that he could live a life without getting too much unnecessary attention. Later, when he reached the guild, he was told that he had achieved the E rank as a summoner. The people around him were suspicious. He did not want to gather people's attention but had done the same unknowingly. Ange asked about him being a court mage in the past, as he's very strong for a beginner. Kelvin told her that he had no memory of his past. He asked for a rank D quest, for which a man standing nearby came to him. His name was Cashel, and he suggested Kelvin accompany his party to defeat the Black Ghost Knight. Ange is worried about him, as the Black Ghost Knight is reported to be a lot stronger than others. Kelvin declined his offer, telling him that he would only back him down as he's still a rookie. He checked Cashel's stats and found them to be equal to Clotho's, but his title, Murderer, got his attention. He understood that this Cashel guy was not up to good things, and in order to handle him, Kelvin ended up challenging him for a race to defeat the Black Ghost Knight. Cashel accepted this challenge and went out of the guild to meet his party members. He asked them if they had gotten any information on Kelvin, for which they had nothing because of his high-level concealment skills. Later, they went to the Wicked Spirit's castle and found all the undead monsters to be defeated. They were shocked, as they had never expected anyone to be faster than them. Kelvin came out and told them that he knew about them. They thought of him as a bounty hunter, as both of Cashel's party members were criminals. He provoked the man named Raj, who ran straight into him and got caught in his trap called Mudvine. He then attacked him with wind magic. Seeing that, the other party member got terrified and ran away. Kelvin summoned Clotho there. Clotho, who had now evolved into a slime Glutenia, chased Gimmel back inside and defeated him as well. Raj escaped from the trap but got handled by Clotho. Kelvin took down Cashel and went in to defeat the Black Ghost Knight. Inside, he saw the Black Ghost Knight, Gerard, at level 53, standing there waiting for him. Kelvin told him that he had come here to defeat him but had now changed his mind and wanted him to join his party. Later, Gerard told Kelvin that he was the first person to talk to him after a very long time, as people usually just ran into him with swords. He told him that he used to be a knight and protected his country very long ago. Kelvin got fed up with his talks and asked him about the summoning contract that he had presented. Gerard said that he wanted to serve a new king, and to become king, Kelvin challenged Gerard to prove himself. The battle with Kelvin and Clotho against Gerard began. All of them were giving their fullest on both offense and defense. Kelvin used a spell called air pressure, which pushed Gerard onto the ground. Gerard went against the spell and suddenly remembered his life in the country of Alcarl. One day, an elf named Ghidorah came to their king and told him to offer his nation. The king refused, and on that, the elf threatened him that they would face the consequences. Soon, the whole nation fell ill from some unknown disease, and everyone died. Gerard was broken, as both his wife and daughter were deceased. He was the only living soul that remained in the nation, and so he left. The feeling of vengeance for his country pushed him forward. He broke the spell and attacked Kelvin. He blocked off Gerard's attacks and used Clotho to land the final blow. The next day, he went to the guild with a fragment of the Black Ghost Knight's armor and received the reward for it. Everyone was happy as Cashel and his party of criminals got caught. They all celebrated his victory. Ange told him that the guild master personally wanted to congratulate him for his victory against the Black Ghost Knight. He went ahead and saw the guild master waiting for him. The guild master exchanged greetings with Kelvin and asked him a totally unexpected question. At the beginning of his story, he asked if Kelvin had come from another world. Kelvin used his appraisal eye and saw that the guildmaster himself had an A-rank appraisal eye, because of which he could see Kelvin's real identity. He confirmed that Kelvin's a summoner. Kelvin did not want to answer that, but Gerard told him to not hide his true identity from potential allies, and on that, Kelvin confirmed it. He asked Leo, the guildmaster, if he would have known about Cashel and his party members being criminals. Leo knew about it and said that it was a troublesome job for them to deal with, as Cashel's a noble from the military nation of Trison. But now that he had been exposed, they were sure to take strict action against him. They got to the main topic, where Leo told him that he had met the heroes that were summoned from another world. In the Holy Empire of Durames, the priestess summoned the heroes as she had heard the prophecy of God about the revival of the Demon King. Melfina told him that she was the one who had reincarnated the heroes. Now that the heroes are focused on the Demon King, Leo wanted Kelvin to protect them from the monsters that are attacking the country, as the guild does not have members who can clear B rank or higher jobs, and for that reason, he decided to provide him with financial aid along with increasing his adventurer rank so that he could take up higher ranking jobs as well. He then asked Kelvin the reason for hiding his true identity, and he answered it himself by saying that he wanted to save himself from political power struggles. Now that they know about each other, the rewards for his work are favorable, and for that, Kelvin accepted his offer and decided to work with him. Back at the inn, Kelvin told Claire about his promotion to a higher rank. She was overjoyed and decided to cook special food for him. He went up and asked Melfina about the heroes while having lunch. She told him about the summoning ritual performed by the priestess of Durames, and because of that, she summoned some kids into this world a while ago. Kelvin took the money bag and went out to buy a slave so that he could increase his strength by having a strong party. There, he saw a man on fire who was rescued by the slave trader. The man went away, cursing the cursed slave girl. The trader told him about the half-elf being cursed. Kelvin used appraisal eye and saw her as being cursed by a fire dragon king's curse. He asked Melfina about it, and she told him to use a sacred blessing spell. Kelvin set out to get the spell. Later, Kelvin came back and bought Ethel. The slave trader warned him, but he got her anyway. On the way to the inn, they both introduced each other, and Kelvin asked her to join his party. She was afraid because of her curse, but Kelvin used the sacred bless spell and broke the curse. She started crying, as it was her first time touching someone without hurting them. She was sold off as a slave when she was born and didn't know anything about her curse either. She thanked him, and they went to the inn. At the inn, Kelvin asked for the food, but Claire refused, saying that she first wanted to clean Ethel and dress her properly. She took Ethel and later came out with her dressed in a maid outfit. Kelvin praised her and had food with her. After the food, he told her about Melfina, Clotho, and Gerard as his summons. He gave her the double growth rate and double skill points as her skills. But at night, things got messy as there were no rooms available with 2 beds, so they had to share one.
How was the video? We hope it was good. If so, please check these videos. Also, please comment down your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing now to show the support to our channel. We hope to see you soon with another video right in this channel. Have a nice day.